This is do or die for Twisted right now. They lose this match, Onic is the one going tomorrow. And we will see if there is going to be some fight in this Twisted Minds lineup. Let's throw it over to our casters to give us, or take us into the game.
And we'll take you right into the game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 upon us. It's match point right now for Onic Philippines. Can Twisted Minds hold on to the chances of moving on? They need a win here desperately to stay in the series. Once again, it's me, Naisu, Ingan, and Renmar to bring you the action in this game as mid lane is already seeing some early poking happening here. What do we think of the lineups that are presented by both teams for us, Ingan?
For now, I mean, the Clint in the picture for sure will be able to dominate the early stages of the laning phase, so they're going to have to watch out for that and for Twisted Minds to be able to hold on long enough for MP the King and Hajisi to eventually scale up.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, you see outplayed, struggling in lane against Keller, who decided to play very aggressively. Brusco supplementing King Kong's invades, making rotation for Escalera a little bit difficult. Onic isn't giving an easy time here for Twisted Minds. They know they have Twisted with their backs up against the corner, and they really just want to end this series right here. If you give Twisted some wind, then Onic wouldn't want that.
You know, Renmar, I gotta ask you, because I feel like you're the one that usually gets excited when the Clint gets picked up. You know, I feel like I haven't heard enough yeehaws. And yeehaw. Thank you. That was what I was waiting for earlier. But, you know, why the Clint? Why does Kalra go ahead and lock this in? How is this gonna give him an advantage? Is it in the lane, or is it just kind of as the game progresses here in the way that they've been playing throughout the series?
I think this is something that we see from teams in MPL Philippines for the first in the play-in round of the playoffs. You want to see them try stretch the capabilities of the meta. So Onic Philippines, I feel like this is one of those picks where let's see how the Clint will work. This is Keller going in here thinking, okay, I can use him to dominate up against the Moskov in lane. When it comes a little bit later in the fights, yeah, he'll have a lot to deal with. They pick this Clint knowing that the Farsa is still open, but they have full faith that the presence of the Gata Kacho will be enough to take the Farsa out right away, so that Keller will just be left untouched. Because Onic Philippines have a very strong dive-forward lineup, which means that the Clint could be untouchable.
Early pokes on Escalera, forced out the flicker already, plus spatial migration. Meanwhile, James on the chase onto King Kong, but King Kong still secures the turtle, plus a combo onto Brusco. Kirk trying to catch MP the King, diversion play. Ooh. They're gonna go to the purple buff of Twisted Minds. Oh, James!
Whoa!
Okay, up against 3, was able to take down 1. Paired up with Revitalize, he's able to go for more against Kirk and Brusco out of nowhere.
What happened to... What did James just do?
Well, he took, like, I assume what is a 380-pound muscled man and just jumped on that ninja.
It's that simple.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, this is what Phobius is built for. Even early on in the game, especially when the other team doesn't have a lot of items, you can bully 2v1, 3v1 as the Phobius. There's almost always going to be a trade if you're not careful.
Yeah, I'd be pretty scared of a guy that's... What is he? He's got what? I don't even know what the weapon is. It's like a.
It's literally, I think, a piece
is it
of a tower,
like an obelisk or something.
Yeah, an obelisk.
Is that how you say it? Obelisk?
Yes.
Obelisk. I'm playing the wrong game here.
Monolith.
Man.
It's a big.
Is it
rock.
not obliques?
It's not that.
That's
a muscle
That's
group.
a muscle group.
I'm sorry.
He's pretty muscly though.
Yeah, he does have hella obliques though.
Yeah, he does.
I'm pretty sure Ingan is already imagining a cosplay of Naisu as Phobius in all of his shirtless glory.
Let's not expose Ingan here. You know, at least keep it together on day one. So they find themselves at pretty much a standstill for now. They're going to go ahead and take their time. Again, we're still 30 seconds away from the next turtle coming up, and it was Onic Philippines that got the last one. So now we'll see how they rotate based off this early game. Again, outplayed, has to just farm up. He's going to be able to go ahead and put pressure on later on. So really it's just up to how they rotate against each other here. Turtles coming up. James is exactly where he needs to be. And so we'll see. Again, how often have we seen teams before ban out the Luoyi against Super Friends?
Yeah, it's really cool because now you're seeing Twisted Minds, they want to spend a lot of time together and they're checking shrubs while doing it. While Onic Philippines went from a 2-3 split into a 4-1, into a 1-3-1, all in one go, just to find an opening across the map in different parts of the map as well. So Onic Philippines, again, this is just them showing off their flexible rotation style very well, checking things, which leads them to this. Now they have info where the turtle is. Twisted Minds, yes. They've gotten here first, but Onic Philippines know that, okay, we need to allow Twisted Minds to go first because they need King Kong to get in his buff. Now that he'll be in a better set, this still could go good for Twisted Minds if, and only if, Outplayed hits that Spear of Destruction.
Yeah, and not to mention Escalera also with his combo. Then he needs to set his eyes onto King Kong and even force out the Purify of Super Friends because so far Onic has been controlling. Special migration! This is the combo we're waiting for! King Kong! Obliterated by Twisted Minds. Brusco is the next target in a double kill for Escalera.
Damn good read for the Magician. 2 kills, he got the pick to start things off, and everything that Onic Philippines did to dance and jockey for position, taken away in an instant by Escalera.
As soon as Ingon said it, it happened.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Escalera needed to do. The fact that he got the 2 kills off of that are going to help him go ahead and scale up a little bit nicer. Here on this Guinevere, you can already see some of the items coming into play. The first items are locked in, and that's going to be crucial. And for Onic Philippines, you know, the farming has been happening in the gold lane. You already got the endless battle there for Calra, but even on the other side, Corrosive Scythe working still on the next for Outplayed. And so gold laners are just going to do their things, man, but I feel like Onic, when it comes down to the 4v4 without the gold laners, they have to be so crucial on avoiding whatever Escalera decides to go for. And then on top of that, it's like, how do we even get through James? The front line for them, because there's just so much burst potential magic-wise between MP and Hajizi.
Yeah, and not to mention if Brusco misses with his combo, or even Kirk with the AOG, it's going to be hard for Onic to continue out the battle, especially if it's a long draw fight. But even if, for some reason, even if it reaches the late game, despite the Twisted Minds having Outplayed, again, they can utilize, Onic can utilize the fact that they have a Luyi and Hayabusa and just play around the macro once again.
Look at the reach on that cowboy.
He's got the gun now.
He's got the beloved gun too, so...
You got my gun. It's gonna be even harder. It's gonna be even harder. I got the range now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So at some point, Twisted Minds really needs to start helping Outplayed, man.
Okay.
All right, we'll see if they're able to do that. They're getting in position, though, for this next objective to come up. 20 seconds away from it. They're going to do a little swap-a-rooney down, too. Kelra goes down to push down the bottom lane to set things up. So this is it. This is, you get the objective here. We'll see if they can take the turtle from Twisted Minds, but so far I will say Twisted Minds has been playing around their composition really well, and leaves Onic Philippines kind of guessing here. James has been the guy to give them that vision as well, so turtle's up, but I don't know, they're just going to blitz this, man. They have all the damage they need. They know Outplayed's up top. We'll see if they fight for it.
They might go for it. Okay, Escalera trying to work on Kirk. Gonna be a Retribution battle. MP the King secures it. AOG is gonna connect with Brusco with the first man down. And a counterplay though. James got caught there as Onic forcing Twisted Minds to retreat, but MP the King gets the turtle.
Yeah, if the timing of the Unbreakable by the Gata Kacha was just a second later, then he would have caught MP the King also, but no, he couldn't. Let's go!
Good combo there. SOD is also going to connect. Meanwhile, MP the King with an electrifying bait immediately obliterated 3! Twisted Minds turning things to their favor.
Oh no, King Kong.
Could be next.
Oh, Feathered Airstrike up against King Kong. Outplayed is in the picture and delivers the final spear that pierces through King Kong. Brusco catches MP the King. Good combo there, but MP the King slithers away.
A miserable time for the Super Fam. The Spear of Mystery by Outplayed. Perfect. A 2-man stun after he entered with the SOD. Able to catch Super Friends, and I believe that was Kelra as well. Twisted. They have turned it up in an instant after, again, a surprise initiation by Escalera. So far, it's been him leading the charge and setting up the potential game-winning MVP place.
Yeah, again, this is what you just talked about. Boom! Great usage of the Spirit of Misery, too, as Outplayed shows up. And then they're just gone in an instant. I'm actually so surprised how that played a part, too. And then King Kong, of course, has to deal with it as well. So that's a massive swing now for Outplayed in general. But, you know, like you mentioned, Escalera doing so great. And it's not often that you see the Guinevere, you know, come up to play. And this has been the story of Twisted Minds all throughout the regular season. The draft is what people wanted to see. And yeah, maybe they didn't have all the points that they wanted to. Sometimes they fell short. But they were the team that was always trying to really twist the draft, trying to go ahead and push the limits of whatever meta we were currently in, because we've had quite a bit of changes throughout this season just alone. And you throw in a Guinevere there, who we've seen pop up before. Oh, Brusco.
Brusco catches one, immediately bursts down, outplayed. Escalera caught in the crossfire there, has to flicker out as James with a Dark Wave to delay the attack of Onic, but Brusco again with a fist break, trying to work on Escalera, but a major kill for Onic Philippines.
What a read by Brusco and Onic to find another diversion just to get here to the Lord in a better position, stopping Twisted Minds and their chances of potentially contesting this healthily.
Okay, a 5v2. Escalera still not in the picture. Hajizi already used up the Feathered Airstrike. King Kong quite low. Good. The Dark Wave there from James goes in with the Inferno Pursuit, dealing a lot of damage, but he's going to fall down. MP the King manages to get one, but the trade after trade for both of these teams. Two will fall. Brusco only for Onic Philippines.
Hey, they stopped the Lord, though. Onic Philippines not able to just secure it just yet. They might start it back up. They have to go kind of reset.
Yeah.
Get Kirk back into the fight. He had to use a Revitalize earlier on. So Escalera and Hajizi, they're keeping tabs here.
Divo.
Super Friend's going to go ahead and join alongside Kirk, so they might push it here.
Feathered Airstrike. Escalera jumps in, but gets spotted out by Onic and bursted down by Keller as King Kong picks up the Lord.
Twisted Minds, they did their absolute best, but Brusco, two big plays in that long sequence. Number one, of course, the initial catch onto outplayed as they were going to the Lord. Now, once you're in the Lord and Onic Philippines started it up, it looked like Twisted Minds and MP the King could take it away. But the moment MP the King saw blood, he saw so many members slow, Brusco got his fist break just in time. Fist wind as well, although it should be called fist bump. Come on, it's a big fist bump. So he was able to dish out the combo just in time to make sure MP the King gets interrupted.
Okay.
Oh, timing again. Conceal's going to be used. Brusco leading the charge alongside Kirk. They want these shields down. Tier 2 is still up in the mid, and the top finally goes down here too. That might be all they get with this Lord, is that Holy Shield. The Holy Defense is going to be popped now on the bottom lane. So Onic Philippines, being down a few thousand gold, earlier on, have now just turned the tides with the recent interaction. And Brusco, man, he's been doing this all series. You know, he's been the Badang.
Three Badang games.
It's just like, I don't want to say it's an easy job for him, because sometimes we've seen him get caught out.
Yeah.
But it's literally what Renmar said earlier. Just throw bodies. Like, that's what Badang does, and maybe that's why he's so buff. But, like, you just throw the bodies at them, and you're probably going to force a reaction or something else from Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's why he's been so good. Every time that the wall comes up, even if you take out one, you only catch 1% out of the wall. That's either already a -1 or one dude that you're forcing to flicker, to use a dash. All very important resources in the pro scene. And Brusco's been fantastic so far in the recent sequences. Diversion. Okay, it's not going to lead into anything too crazy. And equally, on the other side, of course, Twisted Minds, it got to this position because Escalera's been great on this Guinevere. So it's like a roamer battle to see who could have the better set.
Okay, gonna fight for the purple buff, but MP the King goes in, forced to use the Retribution, but now Escalera trying to work on Kirk. A good Dark Wave there from James, forced out the flicker. AOG! And Brusco connects as well. The ultimate fighter for the side of Twisted Minds will fall down.
What a jump.
Man, Gatot and Badang together. What a read by Kirk, the patience. It was like, wait, have they used everything? Yeah, Kirk, go ahead, just jump in, man. And then Brusco was like, let me add him in a little bit more. I also have something with me back available right away. MP, no way, no way, no way, no way!
So they also connect, outplayed versus Terra! Pops his Wind of Matrix working on Brusco against 3. King Kong is in the picture this time. Hajizi, he doesn't know where King Kong is, but they do have minions and the numbers. And now Twisted Minds twist it to their favor.
MP?
MP outplayed. My God! Earlier was the whole Gatot, Badang, all right, let's bruise him up. And then the Joy and the Moskov suddenly makes magic together as well. Fantastic back and forth by these two.
Oh, goodness, and that's going to get them the objective, too. What did you call the Moskov earlier on? What was he?
A spear-wielding hottie.
That was spear-wielding hottie.
I was hoping you'd forget that.
Well, we didn't. And now they remember if they missed it earlier.
Oh, man.
Wielding hot. Again, we're about to approach the 15-minute mark. What do we call that again, Renmar, after the 15-minute mark?
Gotta go to the bathroom.
Hey, at this point, he's got his Malefic gun now, too. So Outplayed is locked in. He's got some extra range to work with. He's ready for the contest against Kelra here, because Kelra had that earlier on. He's still working. What is he going to go? BOD?
Yeah, it's all about who has a longer reach.
Longer reach and more damage.
That's what it's all about. It's about the long-range pokes. I want to hurt you, but from afar.
From afar.
From afar.
It's like sending your most hated establishment a very strongly worded letter.
Yeah. Or a bad review.
I was going to say reviews. Like now, I mean, we are in 2025.
Yeah.
You want to send a letter, go ahead. But I don't know if they're going to get that. Now, the base siege. Twisted Minds. We'll see if they don't press it in. Kirk's in
Finds
trouble.
Kirk. But he decides to walk away as Onic Philippines will take care of this Lord.
All right. Twisted Minds doing what they can to force reactions out of Onic Philippines, especially with a feathered airstrike and, of course, Escalator going.
Oh.
Ingan, chill, man.
Chill, Ingan. I mean, you can take a drink of water.
How can I chill if King Kong does something like that? Almost, though.
You're mid-drink and, like...
Didn't cast the Wiki Shadow because he saw that there are a lot of members for side of Twisted.
Yeah. All right. That would have been cool. Let's see if we can get another chance at that. Maybe they were just like they were stretching out the muscles to see if they were going to pull off that play, try to get the shadow and whatnot. Let's see.
All right. Well, back to it. Twisted Minds has gotten themselves the lead that they need. They should be able to go just in this next lower that comes up in about a minute or so. Kind of take control of the area. You saw the Divine Glaive picked up by Hajizi now. He's been really good with the feathered airstrikes and just surviving too. And that's always one of the advantages of having that Farsa there. You can see as this game continues on, though, the kind of swing back and forth, it relies so much for Onic Philippines to just choose their fights correctly. Yeah. We saw how much they had to go ahead and throw at Twisted Minds, and then eventually it's like, okay, we could possibly surprise them with a diversion.
Yeah.
We could go ahead and utilize the Gatakacha's jump with the Avatar of the Guardian, but even Brusco. So if they run down that checklist and they run out of options there, I think that's where Twisted Minds really kind of shines. And they are able to go ahead and be quite bursty in the magic department. But then you kind of throw in the focusing mark emblem there too, and that helps with some of the bursts that we're seeing and why I feel like Onic Philippines is left in check in some of these fights. Because if they get even a couple shots down with a feathered airstrike, we know how aggressive Hajizi is with a Farsa. That's a lot of times where they're just kind of left there being like, all right, we probably don't want to take this fight. So they don't take that diversion. They're going to conceal. Lord has started up with Twisted Minds, so they get in position. Brusco's going to jump in.
Okay, who's going to initiate first? Escalera has to conceal, but gets spotted out by Kirk. Now, they commit everything onto Kirk, but he has to revitalize, so Onic was able to free hit, though, and they were able to take down Kirk.
All right, Twisted Minds still has to be very careful, though. They're up against a Hayabusa. They know that there's a chance that King Kong can steal this away. Already zoned out. Hajizi, great use of the feathered airstrike, plus the flicker. A bit early, but it's forced rotations out of Onic Philippines, and Super Prince is low.
Good zone. Good zone there from James as Twisted Minds will get the Lord. Onic concedes.
Yeah, they had to. I mean, they might have taken a risk, but then again, it's like, all right, maybe we shouldn't. You know, yes, King Kong might have been able to go ahead and swoop on in there and try to get that retry off, but it's better that they don't. Some key items are being picked up on here on both sides. How does this look on the defense side for Onic Philippines, Renmar?
Oh, they do have the Loyi and the Clint with them, so as long as they watch their positioning, Twisted Minds will be receiving a lot of damage. But maybe it's like what we said in game number 1. Twisted Minds can just try and throw bodies here. The difficult thing about doing that as this lineup is that you're up against a Badang, wherein if you're not careful, you get caught by the Badang, you're going to get caught by the Gatakacha in turn, which means that the Loyi and the Clint are both going to be set up to be able to do damage. And you saw just how much damage Escalera took from a few hits from Kelra.
Oh, this is big. Escalera can just go ahead and force this even with a flicker if he wants to. So the Lord charges in. Top turret of Onic Philippines is going to be taken out. Mid, the next focus. They got to clear out this Lord here. They're in a tight position. Oh!
Brusco front back. They tried to make a play there, paired up with the AOG, but still they were able to work on the Lord and just lost one inhibitor turret.
That might have been enough to put enough pressure to go ahead and stop more damage to the base here.
Yeah, and I think Twisted Minds can actually continue this. They can keep up the offense.
Oh no.
Diversion, they're going to be sending Kirk.
Is it not Kirk? Good taunt onto MP the King as MP the King work. Oh, Escalera! Immortality popped and Brusco is the first man down. Outplay just dissing out the damage. Kirk trying to soak up the damage. Keller's gonna pick up a kill onto Escalera. A roamer for a roamer. James left behind. He still has his immortality though. As King Kong went for it. Oh! Got dodged out by James.
Still alive. He gets away just in time. And here comes the evac helicopter.
And he held on to the immortality too.
Yeah, he didn't lose it.
Didn't lose it, got so close there. So given all that happened, Onic Philippines still holds on to the one turret in the bottom lane. So with Twisted Minds, the tools that they had, you know, they can't just kind of blindlessly go for that base push from Onic Philippines. They have to continue to watch out for those off angles. And that's what we saw Onic Philippines try to utilize there on the base defense. So they find themselves once again at this point. Lord is coming up in 10. How do they play around this? Everyone's going to be up, but some crucial battle spells are also not available for this. So they'll kind of delay things most likely, because even on the other side, Twisted Minds doesn't have, what, 3 flickers available just yet. So it is a beefed up Lord as well. Now that we're past the 20-minute mark, so Outplayed will start it up. And Onic Philippines gets the information. Keep an eye. There's diversion.
A conservative diversion. I thought that Onic Philippines would try to go for something incredibly aggressive, but they wanted to play it safe. They'd rather get the key figures in position first. Keller has to backtrack and clear the minion wave in mid. Finally has showed himself. I don't think King Kong showed up in the map of Twisted Minds just yet. Now already seen by James. Okay, they know where King Kong is. General idea. So now they're both just jockeying for position, trying to get a better one.
Look at
While Escalera, exactly, might pull off the play of the series so far. If he can get a massive conceal, knock up full Violet Requiem in, and save Twisted Minds' hope of chasing the Immortal Cup.
Immortal Cup at stake here. Escalera waiting patiently on this side of the map.
Can he make some magic?
He can. Hey. Brusco's going to go up there, though.
They know.
They know Escalera. Is he still going to make try to make a move?
Force them back.
Oh, he's just spotted out, so they disengage from it and still. Oh, King Kong was even at half health. This might be a sign or a moment for them to go.
There's a diversion also. They're trying to send out Kellera. King Kong in the lower brush there. MP the King already used up the electrifying beats.
Look at the top minion wave. Someone has to clear that on the side of Onic.
Oh, they know. They got to send Super Friends up there. Wave pushing in. Oh!
Okay, Kirk used AOG defensively, but the minions
Kong.
The
minions has spawned.
Okay, King Kong, weak shadow able to win their crown. Play there from MP the King as Twisted Minds works on the Lord, and they will successfully secure the Lord. Escalera picks up King Kong, popped his immortality. MP the King working on the back, and they were able to burst down the 2 junglers. Killer dishing out the damage onto James. He still has his immortality, but another pickoff, another setup from Escalera.
Magic made indeed. They needed a moment. They needed something. They needed hope, and it came in the form of Escalera. Both junglers down, though. Twisted Minds, can they end it here to force this series to go on? Can their chase for the Immortal Cup in the Champions Arena live on?
Gonna have to do it. GZ going up on the top side. Brusco, and now the force to fight.
Okay, good. Cancel. But the Feather Airstrike, Brusco already used up his ultimate, though. Keller being able to do it, damage Escalera here. Brusco again trying to soak up the damage as James goes in. Kirk being able to dish out damage onto the Lord. Inhibitor turret down bottom has now been exposed, and Onic will be able to clear out the Lord.
That was a great defense. They had to juggle that around properly. And yes, both junglers being gone, Onic Philippines holds on. All base turrets down, though. A little bit of damage to the base, but ultimately still in this game, almost at the 24-minute mark.
A question that might haunt Twisted Minds, though. Did they play that too safe? I understand why they were playing it safely. Them getting wiped out at that moment meant that Onic can just rush it straight into the base, and it's going to be what? MP the King, most likely the only one left to try and defend it. But could they maybe have just stayed a little bit longer to try? It seems like they were trying to count King Kong's respawn there, who was very close because they knew him coming in with a shadow kill. But my mind cannot stop lingering on the thought of what if, right?
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
And that might be the question.
Yeah, they need to start throwing bodies like what Onic has been doing. And now, 24-minute mark, Renmar, this is your HLG.
Yeah, another hella long game.
Yeah.
Hella long game.
This is a hella long series. It was like almost 16 minutes in game 1, 19 minutes in game 2, and we're getting close to 25 minutes in game number 3. And it's a best of 5 series.
That's great. I hope we get to witness another game here too with Twisted Minds. The way that they've been playing this, they should have total control of this next Lord even. You can already see the positioning happening here.
Yeah.
King Kong will go ahead and scout some about. I think we have to see Onic Philippines pull some of their own magic, you know, utilizing Super Prince especially for this. But it just seems so difficult to get an advantage in terms of positioning around these objectives for them.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing MP the King pull off some magic as well. It was him who was able to stop King Kong twice in that long Lord dance, the last one that we saw, and him able to use the Winter Crown at the right moment so that King Kong's shadow kills effectively minimized, forcing King Kong to shadow out. So MP the King is showing up some magic here, outplayed the rest of Twisted Minds, so it's just like, who can be more magical at the right moment, the right time, the right trade? It's so crucial now, 25 minutes in, getting closer to 26. And Onic are trying to open up the map. They're trying to apply pressure. They're sending a 3-man hit squad of the Lo Yi, the Clint, and the Badang. The two fastest damage-dealing heroes you have, but it was spotted out by Twisted Minds with the Sentry.
Yep, so they're just going to go ahead and pop the diversion. They already know, you know, the plan was foiled. We got to go back from this. And so it's ultimately just grab your buffs while you can, and maybe we'll meet at the Lord here as they go ahead and get ready. 26 minutes in. Gold lead, it pretty much doesn't matter at this point. What really matters is how it's executed with the tools they have. And realistically, it just seems like Onic Philippines has had some trouble getting to these targets. You know, the immortalities, they really haven't been able to even pop some of them in some of the exchanges that they had because there's just so much mobility you could see from Twisted Minds too. So once again, kind of just staring off here for this Lord. It's going to be quite a bit of work to actually take this one down already. And the waves, you know, you see the mid lane, it's going to be met with that wave, that fresh wave pushing in. They still have to clear it though, and they can always rely on Super Prince, and that's why you have them staying so close to Super Prince so that he can just kind of send in who he needs with that diversion.
Oh, Twisted Minds.
Diversion, where's it going?
Okay, they're gonna wait for the diversion though. Onic was able to clear out the minions down bottom, so they have enough time to actually make a play here. Still, they don't know where they are. Diversion is there. They're gonna send him back.
Unchecked.
Oh, MP's there though. He sees them.
Okay, Brusco already committed.
Oh my goodness!
And Keller got eliminated immediately. Twisted Minds was ready for the attack of Onic.
Blasted Onic Philippines. The gambit, it didn't work with King Kong. King Kong found MP the King.
Okay, but in exchange, Super Prince also got taken down. King Kong under Shadow, Escalera on the chase alongside outplayed Kirk with the AOG. Beautiful cast over the Ouija Shadow Kill. Will he be able to escape though? As James working on Brusco. Kirk caught in the crossfire there. Had Cheesy used up the feathered airstrike. Good pin down there from outplay to force out the immortality. Winter Crown Blade. Is this enough time, bot? For the Sonics.
That might have been enough time. I mean, now with Twisted Minds 4 members up, they can force into the base. They know, what do we got, 30 seconds away for Kelra and Super Prince. It's Brusco and King Kong only.
Okay. James, Hajizi, Spear of Destruction is not going to connect, but the minions are here, and backs against the wall. Twisted Minds, they don't care. They extend the series.
It ain't over just yet. I can hear Brigida's reaction, and I will mirror it.